Hello, everybody. Hi. I'm back from my trip. Thank you, Mike, for the 11 months sub. 1 month left. Then you'll be streaming consistently for a year. How does it feel? It's crazy, honestly. And, it's nice too. I've really enjoyed streaming. Streaming has been really nice for me and has helped me, play new games and enjoy new things. And I like my schedule. I like my weekend schedule. And then I have the week to do whatever the hell I want to do. And if I want to move stuff around, I can. I'm free to do that. And it's been good. I've been having a good time with streaming. And I don't think I'm gonna really stop. I very much enjoy the audience. I know I don't get as many people as some folks on Twitch. Partly that is, Twitch's fault because they are fucking terrible at advertising smaller channels. But, I'm also kind of a small person myself. But both height-wise and audience-wise, ha ha ha. But, it's been nice. And, I've been very much enjoying it. And it's been good. And when I was gone on my trip, I was thinking about streaming, I was thinking about it and how excited I was to, tell everybody, my stories when I got home. Germa-sized. Okay, I'm 5'6". I'm as tall as Critical. I am tall enough to stare Critical in the eyes. But I'm still short. That's still short. It's not like fucking super tall. Compact streamer. You know what? I'm fine with compact streamer. Also, that was Dire Docs from Mario 64. And speaking of Mario 64, let's talk about the trip. Okay. So, if you don't know, I was setting this up. That's why I was late, a little late, because I was setting this up. But, if you didn't know why I was gone, then I was in California for a week and going around. I went and saw my uncle and, stayed with him. And my uncle is a very, he's a very go kind of person. So we did a lot of stuff in that week. A lot of camping. And I'm gonna talk about that. So I have notes that I made during the trip. Let me get those up. Does your uncle work at Nintendo? No, but he does a ton of robotic stuff and technology stuff. So he's smart. He's a smart dude. So I guess kind of. All right. So let me talk about taking notes because Vine memory. Exactly. And also pictures. That's why I take pictures when I'm on trips. No, some people are like, oh, don't take pictures on trips because you're not, you need to remember everything in the moment. I'm like, okay, yeah. But in a year, no matter how much I enjoy said trip, I'm gonna forget some things that I don't want to forget. So seeing a picture or something will jog my memory. Even if it's just okay, it was better to see in real life than the picture. Still, I remember it a little better. I know, so some things might be a little fuzzy, and my memory is fucking terrible. So, all right. So when I was getting on the plane, okay, I've never traveled to the West Coast before. So I was a little nervous. Me and my cousin went. If you guys remember Moonrat. How's the music, by the way? Is it too loud? Me and my cousin Moonrat. You guys met him. He was on the stream once. We went to California to go stay with our uncle. And maybe I need an hour-long version of this. Can we get an hour long of this? 30 minutes? That's fine. There. That's better. 30 minutes of Costa del Sol. That's fine by me. But we went to go see my uncle, and we'd both never been to the West Coast before, so we were a little afraid of traveling that far. And also, Hartsfield-Jackson Airport at Atlanta fucking sucks. If you've never been to Atlanta, and you've never been to the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, holy shitballs, it sucks. Just go to Alabama or something, I don't know. Stop with your fucking motorcycle outside my window, dude. Sorry. It's just the worst. People give you vague hints at Hartsfield-Jackson, where, you know, like in the original Legend of Zelda, they would give you like very, very terrible hints on what to do. Just like fucking terrible hints, like super cryptic. That's talking to the staff at Hartsfield-Jackson. I swear to God, we would like ask a question and it would be like ruining their entire day. They would be fucking miserable. It was awful. And Hartsfield-Jackson is always like that, but like we were both nervous because we were traveling across the state. Stop the fucking motorcycle. Good God. We were both nervous. And we had to put something in baggage claim. Yes, Zelda 1. Go burn this random bush in the middle of nowhere. Exactly. And, yeah, just, it was fucking terrible. I went through TSA twice. I had to go to TSA twice because of Twizzlers in my bag. So I packed a little, I'm a bit of I have a bit of a sweet tooth. So I, like, packed a little bit of candy in the bottom of my bag to, like, eat on the plane. And it got pulled over once. The lady looks into it, and she's like, okay, you didn't take your Nintendo Switch out of the bag. I was like, okay, that's fine. I put it back in, and then it goes back into the other area, and then some other dude walks up and, like, looks through it, and then, like, pulls out the bag of Twizzlers, and he's like, okay, you can go. And then the lady that just saw my bag earlier was like, I just looked through her bag. It was fine. And she was just so confused, and it was so embarrassing and terrible. I hate Hartsfield-Jackson. And it's so big, too. It's a massive airport. It's like one of the biggest airports in the United States. It's got a whole subway system. And it's just so confusing. It's terrible. But, and we both had to take a mid-flight. So we had to do a transfer flight. So we went to Nashville, and then we went to the San Jose airport. It's crazy how good other airports are compared to Hartsfield-Jackson. I will never stop being surprised by how good airports are. You live in California, but in a suburban town, so all of this is new to you. Well, I went to more North California. If I go, I'm gonna have to go more south. Maybe I can. I mentioned it to Giwi, and she told me, like, if I never ever needed anything like restaurant ideas in Los Angeles, to let her know. I need to buy her like a pizza or something. She's fucking great. But if I ever go back, I would love to do more south stuff because we were mostly in the north. But we went to Nashville. We had like both me and my cousin had like a sandwich or something. It was like super expensive because what's the deal with airline food? It's expensive. And you know, we went on the very long flight to San Jose. It was super long. I watched Resident Evil Into Darkness on the plane. It was a thing. Yeah, I mean, I downloaded it. I would much have rathered watch Castlevania. They downloaded that too, but instead I watched Resident Evil Into Darkness. And it was a show. Hi, Base. Hey, man. It was a thing. It wasn't, like, fantastic. It was super cheesy. I mean, that's kind of Resident Evil nowadays, but, like, really, really cheesy. I finished it, though, and it was okay. You could easily, like, the characters were called Claire. They were called Leon. But they didn't really act like Claire and Leon. You know? Hold on. Base, give me a moment. Gotcha, dog. You fucking now VIP, my dude. But, yeah. It was interesting. It's fine. It's fine. But when we arrived in Santa Cruz, or San Jose, my cousin picked me up. Or not my cousin, my uncle. And he's got, like, he's got a Wagoneer. Yeah, no problem, dude. You're a good friend. You deserve it. But, he picked me and my cousin up in his Wagoneer. And the thing about his Wagoneer is like a 1977 Wagoneer. Really old. And it has no AC. Now that would be not a problem if it wasn't for what was ahead of us, which was a heat wave. We happened to arrive in California during a heat wave, and I didn't do very well. But so I sat in the back of the Wagoneer, and I get car sick really easily, and I ended up throwing up in the car. Yeah, I had a bag with me, but I threw up in the back seat, and it was terrible. It was just really bumpy, so I ended up getting shotgun for the entire rest of the trip. But basically went back to my uncle's house and just went to bed. We like stayed up a little bit, and then we went to bed. And I've noticed something. I noticed something about California is I feel like I should be kind of tired, but I'm not. Because the times that we were getting up is usually the time that I get up on East Coast. So going to bed at like 2 a.m., which is my usual time I go to bed, is like 10 over there. Did you go to the hotel? What do you mean, the hotel? I mean, we did go to a hotel. I'll talk about that a little later. But, we drove. The next morning, we woke up, packed a lot of stuff. My uncle didn't, the one the Eagles went to. I stayed at a Hard Rock Hotel. Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Hotel and Casino. But, there was stuff for the Eagles in the Hard Rock. I'll talk about that a little later. But we woke up at like 9 or so, which is like 12 in Eastern time, so I woke up just fine. Or it was like 7 we woke up. And I woke up just fine. It felt like I got 10 hours of sleep. And, I was ready to go. And my uncle starts, filling the back of the Wagoneer. And he didn't really tell us where we were going. Me and my cousin thought we were like, going on a little drive and then coming back to Santa Cruz. So I, like a dumbass, left my toiletries in the house. But it ended up that we were going to Lake Tahoe, from Santa Cruz to Lake Tahoe, to go camping for the next, 4 days. So I left all of my stuff at the house, including my toothbrush and shit, and, Lake Tuhu. So I left all of my stuff there at the house, and I brought my suitcase because my uncle put the suitcase in. But mid-drive, it's 4 hours in, my cousin was like, "Oh, we've been in the car for a long time. Where are we going?" And then my uncle turns back and looks at him and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're going to Lake Tahoe to camp." And we're both like, "Huh?" So we got a little fucked there. But we drove through Silicon Valley, and we then drove through Sacramento.
Gonna move to Sacramento.
we drove through Sacramento, and Sacramento is huge. That's what I learned about Sacramento. It's fucking massive, and it was hot as hell. It was very hot. We did stop at like a little ice cream shop. Oh, my guy, thank you for the 500 bits meta ruler. Thank you so much. But we stopped at Sacramento. There was like a ice cream place that we went to that was really nice. And I mean, it's pretty, but what I've learned about California is the terrain is very varied. It's very interesting. You were waiting for a week to do the Sacramento bit, weren't you? Maybe. But it was nice. I do have a picture of the sign. Where the fuck is it? I have a picture of the goddamn sign. It's gone. No, it's here. There it is. There's the sign. Went to California some years ago, but instead of flying, you drove the whole way from Louisiana. Oh my god. Was traffic okay? Yeah, traffic was fine. Traffic was great. Wasn't too bad at all. Texas is infinite. Texas never ends. That's the thing about Texas. It's just fucking huge. I mean, we went from, like, west to east, though, for California. Is that a feather in the car? Yeah. My uncle has, like, two feathers next to the window. And again, keep in mind that the Wagoneer has no AC, and it's black and red. So going through, like, 90, almost 100 degree heat in a black and red car with no AC? Oh my god. My uncle's girlfriend was in the back seat and she was just handing me ice packs because I don't do well with heat. And I was just dying, dude. It was fucking terrible. But, you know, we did get to Lake Tahoe. Eventually. Would be great if it would fit the screen. This was the lake. It was really pretty. You can see there's like tons of mountains in the back. The water was great. Yeah, doggo. Little doggo. There was also, when we were going to camp, there was karaoke going on. It was supposed to end at 10, but it went longer. And during the karaoke, give me a second, during the karaoke, there was a child that was singing Believer by Imagine Dragons. Can I do this? Hold on, let me turn this up.
Truthful.
Don't go back, please. Get back full force.
Oh no. Doing this.
Shit.
That's pretty good.
So that was a child singing Believer by Imagine Dragons. You heard him, he would go, whoo, every now and then for the song, and then just yell, as loud as he could, just and it was so awful. It was so awful. And later, like, some dude went up and he was like, dude, I'm from the future. The limiter took most of it. Shit, really? Oh, fuck the limiter. The limiter shouldn't be on media source. There is no limiter on media source. It should be fine. That's weird. On me just now? Oh, yeah. On me just now, the limiter fucking took me off. I just noticed that. Come on, limiter, dude. Calm down. But, yeah, he would just yell pain really loudly. And it was interesting. And then some dude, like, came up later and he's like, I'm from the future, dude. I'm just gonna sing for you guys. I'm from the fucking future, man. Yeah. And he did, like, his song. He was surprisingly good. And then at, like, 10 o'clock, yeah, he was just talking about how he was from the future. It was fucking wild. And then at, like, 10:30, my cousin was so done with this karaoke. And we were about to go to bed. The lady on the loudspeaker was like, okay, this is the last song of the night. My cousin's like, yes! Yes! Finally! And then it's the fucking Fortnite song. You know the Fortnite kid? What was it called? California Sounds Wild. Yeah, it is wild. What is it? Chug Jug? It was that one. They started playing Chug Jug with you. Why did my limiter just disappear? They started playing Chug Jug. Number one victory! Yeah, the person the kid that went on and sung it was terrible too. Number one victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, it's time to get down. Get down! 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town. Yeah, just started singing that. It was very interesting. Well, at least the performance was entertaining. Not at 10:30 when you're wanting to go to bed. You gotta wake up at like 7 o'clock because as soon as we got up, we were supposed to like put all of our stuff away because we were going to the next campsite. So, yeah, we had to like get the fuck out of there in the morning at like 7 a.m. So we were all fucking tired, and then these kids are just screaming 30 minutes after the performance was supposed to be done. It was a thing. The next day, we woke up really early. Oh, I forgot to say, my uncle is a monster. Because while we were, cooking dinner, what he did was we had a can of beans, and those kids watch Rev, I bet. But he got a can of beans, and you see the top, right? We had a can opener, and he didn't use it. He was like, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on top of the propane cooker, and we're gonna cook the beans, and then I'm just gonna stab it with a knife. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you thinking? And he did, and it squirted bean juice everywhere. And honestly, I don't know how I felt about these beans. Bacon and brown sugar. I was like, I don't know. It also tasted a little bit like aluminum, but I don't know why that would be, sitting on top of a propane cooker. You're truly. No. There is no truly there. We're not advertising. No, it's just the beans. Okay. So, the next morning, we woke up, we packed all of our shit, and we went to Emerald Bay to do kayaking. The sponsored streamer confirmed. No, this isn't sponsored by Truly. But we woke up, we went to Emerald Bay, and did kayaking. I've never done kayaking. I did canoeing, and that scared the shit out of me, so I was scared of kayaking, but I actually went. I'm not a big water person, so, it surprised me that I wanted to do it. I hate sponsored streams. Unsubbing. No! This isn't sponsored. But we went kayaking, and it was really funny because Emerald Bay was really pretty. And there was like an island in the middle of Emerald Bay. And the dude that was like, showing us how to do kayaking and stuff was like, yeah, you could, he was like a very surfer dude. He's like, yeah, you guys can like go to the island. Just make sure you book it because there's probably gonna be a ton of, boats around Emerald Bay. So just like go through it really fast and, I don't know, go to Emerald Bay, smoke a joint, you know? Tons of people do that, dude. You could totally do that. And then you can, like, come back to the shore and do some kayaking. I was like, oh my god. But I found a duck. There's a lot of ducks. Oh shit, it's Brian with a Q. But there were tons of ducks. Lots of ducks. The more ducks than I see in Georgia. You posted this duck. I did post this duck because it is a cute. And they were just like going around on the river, and there was a goose too. It was a cute goose. This goose. Such a magnificent creature. Exactly. Taksu. But yeah, Emerald Bay was very pretty. And I enjoyed kayaking, which was again interesting. But after that, we went and stayed at a hotel because my uncle could tell me and my cousin were tired. So we stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. And I'm not a big gambling person, so I haven't been to a lot of casinos. So it was interesting. And I mean, it was a Hard Rock, so there was tons of stuff. It was like a big open space, lots of slot machines, so many slot machines. Again, I don't know shit about gambling, so there was like a Nirvana thing, like tribute, which was really, really cool. I really enjoyed that. There was this thing for the wall. Why is it turned around? That's really nice. Can we not do that, please? There was like a display for the wall. There was something for Buddy Holly, like his coat, which is really cool. What else was there? I don't know what this is. It says James Brown Like a Sex Machine 1970, and on the outfit it says sex on it. So, you know, that's interesting, you know. And then there's something for Elvis. Stop turning the fucking picture, dude. No. Can we not do that, please? That's the CEO of sex. You found him. Woo! Yeah, baby. I actually share a birthday with Elvis, I think. So this was cool to see. Just like a ton of Elvis memorabilia. And there was also this cool... Stop turning the pictures! Fucking Jesus Christ! There was this cool Beatles poster for Help. Like a Japanese Beatle poster. It was very neat. And then I saw a magic show. So my uncle found the dude. His name was Alex Ramon. He was doing a magic show. He walked up to my uncle and he was like, "Hey, are you gonna come to the magic show later?" And my uncle was like, "Yeah, sure." And he goes, "Okay, how many tickets do you need?" And my uncle's like, "Well, it's me, my girlfriend, and then my nephew and my niece." And he was like, "Okay." And he just gave him 4 tickets for free. These were like $50 tickets, by the way. So the dude just gave him tickets for free. And so we got to see him. And honestly, pretty fucking legit. It was pretty legit. Okay. Stop turning it wrong. Stop. That's his dog. If I could, 180. There we go. That's his dog. His dog was named MJ. like Michael Jackson. You can see that there's, like, nothing that he's holding him up. That was just being held up perfectly. And then right after this, the dog, like, jumped into his arms. It was super cute. I do have a video of the whole event. Give me a second. Get it up.
We check the bag is empty. We know the bag is empty, and Steve has no idea what's going on. Pull the lock, sir. Pull the lock. Make sure the lock is locked tight. Pull the lock. Pull the lock. Make sure the lock is locked tight. It's here?
Yeah.
It's good?
Very much so.
You have the keys? You check the bag?
Yes, sir.
The bag is empty?
100%.
You sure the bag is empty?
Promise you. It's maybe, but.
You want to check again?
You trust me now?
Do it.
Maybe.
Steve doesn't trust himself. He doesn't trust himself. And then go ahead. Just do it, Dave. You want to check it out too, huh? Check, just look. It's got to be in there.
He was really funny and, like, really charming.
All right. We have these. All right, everybody give me a countdown. I gave you guys a count last time. That's not count. Go 3, 2, 1. And Steve still has no idea what's happening. No idea. Here we go. Nice now. Count with me. Nice now. Count. Go 3, 2, 1.
There was like it was really interesting. There was like a whole bunch of stuff. He just kept pulling it. The other dude, just didn't notice. He kept like pulling his hand out, just randomly, and even though it was supposed to be cuffed, but just to screw with the audience. And then he like pulled both of his hands out, but. You know, his stuff was legit. I was very surprised. I was like, dang, okay. That was surprising. And again, I met him. He was charming. I don't usually, when it comes to this kind of stuff, I don't usually like go at the end of the stage or after the end of the thing to like meet people. But he was charming enough that I was like, okay, I kind of want to meet this dude. And so I waited in line and I talked with him and he was really nice. And I took a picture with him. He was very cool, and his dog was cute too, and very fluffy. But yeah, there's still more of this. I'm probably gonna go on about this for an hour. So you know, if you don't care about any of this, you can come back in like 30 minutes. But you know, after that, we went to Yosemite to camp outside of Yosemite, next to a lake. And I have a picture of it. Honestly, one of the most beautiful campsites I have ever been to. Holy fuck. This place was gorgeous. It was so pretty. The weather was really nice for once. And during the when we were at the Hard Rock, we got like barbecue, and there was extra. So my uncle put the mac and cheese and the chili together and into one thing, and we brought it to this campsite and like made mac and cheese, chili, sauteed green peppers, and sauteed tomato like tacos, and they were surprisingly good. I'll be straight honest, they were pretty fucking good. And you know, so beautiful. Just look at that view. It's hard to get stuff like this because people like it when it comes to California. It's like a first come first serve kind of thing. So we were really lucky to get this super nice campsite. It was just beautiful. It was beautiful. And then there were some rocks on the side, and we did a bit of scrambling and like walked to the other side of the lake. Mostly this day was just chilling out and, you know, enjoying the view. But the next morning, we woke up, we packed up to leave. My uncle's girlfriend made these just great eggs and bacon with her propane cooker. See any bears? No, but there were a lot of bear sightings. So people were like on edge. Like, hey, you gotta watch out, there's probably bears in the area. I do have a video. Where is it? Let me... Like, just... That was how close our tent was to the area. That's Moonrat over there. Oh, he's just chilling. Honestly, that's like the perfect place to go and sit and play guitar. If I'm gonna be honest, that's like the dream. But it was just such a pretty campsite. And I woke up at like 2 a.m. and I saw the stars, and it was just beautiful. It was gorgeous. Reminds you of when you went to Teton's Mountains, beautiful nature. Yeah, it was just beautiful. Like, honestly, gorgeous. Again, one of the most beautiful campsites I've ever been to. California can be beautiful sometimes. There's a lot of places that we went to that were gorgeous. But that morning we had eggs and bacon that my uncle's girlfriend made on her propane stove, and they were very good. Now, the thing about the Wagoneer Jeep that my uncle has is that it's not very good with high elevation, and we were almost at 10,000, and the Jeep would not start. So my uncle had to go and like try to start it. It's funny with the Jeep because everybody compliments it. Like, literally, so often there were people like, oh, that's a really nice Jeep. Oh, that's a cool Jeep. Oh, I used to have a Wagoneer. That's really cool. It was kind of hilarious, but we had a bit of a scare because the Jeep wouldn't start. But this, you see that this is where, in my notes, Present Cheesy took hold of, the notes. Yosemite was a trash fire, and I'm fucking miserable. It's so hot. I couldn't focus on anything. It was fucking unbearable. Eyes feel like they're gonna burst out of their sockets. So what I meant to say was Yosemite was beautiful, but it was very hot. It was very, very hot in Yosemite, especially the valley. It, again, was very pretty. It was very gorgeous. I have a lot of nice pictures of Yosemite. And it was very nice. It was one of the mountains. And, you know, it was pretty. There was a lot of good stuff in Yosemite. Like a nice lake. And right down there, as you can see the valley. That's the valley where all of the touristy stuff is. Now, the lower that you got, the hotter it got. And we were about to go down to Yosemite, and one of the trail guides, I guess one of the rangers, was just like, yeah, it's 105 in Yosemite right now. Just bring, like, Yosemite Valley, just bring water. And I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Did you do the Goombella voice every time you were in the valley? No, I was too hot and tired. We did some hiking. Those are the redwoods. It was, again, beautiful. So hard to focus, though. I was honestly dying hiking through Yosemite. It was, again, miserable. There's the waterfall, and that's like half of it. That's the lowest half of it. And, you know, again, beautiful, very, very beautiful. Those are all of the, those are all of the sights. But, again, it was so hot, it was hard to enjoy it. And again, Wagoneer doesn't have any AC. It's 105. And it was just terrible. Honestly, if I ever go back to California, I'd like to go to Yosemite again when it's not so hot, because it was very hard to focus on things when I was just, like, melting. And again, I don't do well with heat, so it was miserable. But, still beautiful, though. But after, we went to a campsite and made some really good taco salad. There were lots of bees. It was like, it was by Bass Lake. Lots of bees. And, you know, I'm not a big bee person, so I wasn't really okay with the bees. But so late at night, this family, I guess, was going with this family, and they were just yelling shit so loud. Where I have a video of it, where one group on one side of the camp would go, Elmer, and then another side of the group on the other side of the camp would also yell Elmer as loud as they possibly could. Now, I want to tell you that this is like at 9 o'clock, 9:30. Just top of their lungs screaming. Top of their lungs screaming. It was fucking awful. You had a Turkish hotel, you had that at a Turkish hotel once. Everyone in the hotel next to it would go, oi, 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 every minute or so, like they were watching some sort of event. That's insane. It was honestly really frustrating. I was just trying to get some sleep. I was really tired. And it was just, I honestly wanted to go to their camp and tell them to shut the fuck up. It was fucking rough. But we woke up, and we had sausages, scrambled eggs, and mini Eggo waffles in a pot, or in a pan. Not the best looking breakfast, I'm gonna be straight honest. It was okay. Once it was all done, or like we were trying to eat it, and there were like 15 yellow jackets going around trying to like eat the food and sting us, and they were like flying off with pieces of egg. It was kind of bonkers. It was really hard to even eat said okay breakfast with tons of yellow jackets and bees. This is an abomination to mankind, by the way. But, you know, we we fought the bees off the entire time. They were getting up and, like, stealing egg pieces. But, you know, we went horseback riding after. Now, this was the day that we were set to go home. So we went horseback riding at, like, this really nice trail. I didn't get any pictures from it since I didn't bring my phone. But I got, like... No, I'm a big horseback person. I've always liked horses. I grew up as a quote-unquote horse girl. I did tons of, like, private classes and stuff, so I kind of know my shit when it comes to horses. And you know, I had a good time. It was a very, let the horse do the thing, and they'll do it without question. They know the path, so you don't even have to, like, drive. Which I kind of, when it comes to, like, horseback riding, I like to have a little control. But, you know, it was pretty, though. I asked, I was like, give me your most problematic horse. And they're like, okay. And I got a horse named Boyce. And the horse was very skittish, so I just had to be nice to the horse. But otherwise, it was a very nice trail. It was very dusty, so my shoes got fucking trashed. But on the way back to Santa Cruz, we had some Mexican food. Holy fuck, I think that was the best burrito I have ever eaten in my entire life. The thing was about as big as my arm. And I'm a person that, like, eats very little. If I go to a pizza place, I'll usually eat one piece of pizza and I'm done. But this thing was bigger than my arm, granted, my arm is pretty small. I'm very skinny, I'm very bony, but this thing was a big fucking burrito. And it was, like, packed with steak, avocado, sour cream, just the whole 9 yards. And it was amazing. And I almost ate the entire thing. I was honestly surprised. My cousin got, like, these nachos and he was almost crying with how good they were. But, you know, we went back to Santa Cruz, we watched, like, a movie and just chilled out. And then the next day, we kind of woke up. I watched my uncle play Monster Hunter World on his PS5. And his girlfriend made these, like, amazing, like, this amazing Chinese breakfast called, like, egg pancakes, and they were fucking amazing. Oh my god, they were so good. She really could cook. It was crazy. But we went record shopping, just, like, a ton of places. There was, like, a place that we went called Meadow Vinyl. I got Temple of the Dog and Gumboot Soup. And then me and my cousin went to a guitar shop called The Starving Musician, and I found a mock Rickenbacker. Now, it looks like this photo is taken in my room, because it was. Oh, fuck. Because I bought it. I bought it the next... Oh, fuck! Hold on, give me a moment. I'm trying my best. So this is a mock Rickenbacker. This isn't a real one. Sorry, the OBS, I swear, sometimes putting pictures in is just so annoying. I just want to turn it, dude. Sansta. Yeah, that's there. I got it from, like, a fan gamer, and I thought it was cute, so I hung it on my wall. But now, I went into the shop. I saw this mock Rickenbacker. It's supposed to look like George Harrison's 12-string Rickenbacker, but it's a 6-string. And it sounds really fucking good. And it was only $280. So I was like, oh, I kind of need this. I kind of really need this. I'm not gonna let this slide. This is like the color, the exact color of Rickenbacker that I want. I want this so bad. Like, if I'm gonna get a Rickenbacker, I want it to be this color. And it's very warm, very pretty. I like it a lot. I played it today. It's gorgeous. I love it. And it looks beautiful. Just looks gorgeous. I love it. But, after we went to another, record shop, I can't remember what it was called, Guitar Stream when. I actually did a music stream on Angel Thump. I don't think I would do it on my main channel, though, because I know not everybody is interested in that kind of stuff. But went to an amazing guitar shop. Hit fucking OBS. We went to, like, a record shop. It was huge. Heavy duty place. It sold CDs and records, and everything was, like, lined up and perfect. It was amazing. I got Demon Days and Ziggy Stardust. And so I came home with Demon Days, Ziggy Stardust, Temple of the Dog, and Gumboot Soup. And, you know, after it was my uncle's friend's birthday. And so we went to like a Hawaiian bar. And, you know, I met everybody. Everybody was super nice. There was a lot of my uncle's friends that went. And they were all really fucking cool. Honestly, really cool. Can I just say how amazing Santa Cruz's weather is? Oh my god. In the morning it's like 50, and then in later it's like 60s for like the whole day. Maybe 70s. It's so lovely. But it gets colder in the night, and we just like sat around, talked, and everybody was really fucking cool. And it was good. I've kind of noticed that people in California, like, are very outgoing. Like, people will, like, start conversations with you in California. That's not really what happens in Georgia. People are very close-minded to themselves in Georgia. They only kind of keep to themselves. While if you look like a fun person to talk to, people will just go up and talk to you. It's kind of crazy. And that's kind of how everybody else was. But it was a good time, good social. I got like this calamari sandwich, like me and my uncle got like a calamari sandwich thing, which was weird. It was kind of spicy. It was good, but it was pretty spicy. I'm not good with spicy food, so I just kind of like trucked through it. But we went back to the house. My uncle's friend and his girlfriend came to the house and we hung out. You know, maybe before we went to the Hawaiian place, we picked up some of the, funny plant. And I didn't do any of the funny plant, but my cousin did, and he said that it was great. And he wrote an amazing song. And I don't know. Maybe I got a little bit of secondhand hippie smoke juice or some shit, because, like, I was laughing very hard. But for the most part, it was very, very cool. We all hung out for a little bit, and then at like 11, my friend and his girlfriend like drove home, and you know, we all went to bed. Next morning, we kind of like woke up and chilled and like ate some omelets and stuff. I got like these carnitas omelets, and they were very good. They put like a whole ass avocado half on top of it. I was surprised. I love avocados, so I was just like, hell yeah. But we went and got the Rickenbacker. I put it in like a suitcase. Not like a suitcase. It was like a soft case. I'm actually kind of glad that I got a soft case, so I could carry around guitars a little easier. But I put it in a soft case, and I was going to take it as a carry-on, and that's what I did. I put my bags through baggage claim, and I carried it as a carry-on. And before we went to the airplane, since we couldn't do In-N-Out because In-N-Out was so packed as usual, got some pizza from a place called Pizza My Heart. And it's like $5 a slice. And it was pretty good. We transferred into Dallas, and our flight to Dallas was pretty late because people were like not putting their bags through baggage claim and just being kind of dumb. And so our flight was really late. So we had to like rush to the Atlanta, the Atlanta terminal, and it was very stressful. But we got there, and man, I hate that people. I hate those people. Yep. And then there was like some dude that like there was like the lady was just like talking about the rules on the airplane. Some dude stands up, walks over to her, and she's like, "What do you need, sir? Can you go sit down in your seat?" And he's like, "I want some water." say, what? He's like, yeah, I want some water. It was kind of insane. But, yeah. She's like, I don't know, dude. Man, we're already late for the flight. Go sit down. That ain't my business. Go sit down. It was, I don't know. But, you know, we transferred and we landed and then we went back home. And like, we both went our separate ways. It was a good time. I enjoyed the trip. There's some extra notes. I listened to a lot of Manchester Orchestra. I've never listened to Manchester Orchestra before. But my uncle's been really into them. And apparently he, like, knew the band members before they kind of became popular. And he's been really into their stuff. So I put, like, a couple Manchester Orchestra songs into my recently listened to playlist. If you don't... Since I can't play copyrighted music on my streams anymore, I put everything that I listen to into a Spotify playlist. So if you're interested in that, it's in the Discord, or you could just ask and I could post it. But honestly, I really like Manchester. And then, on the way home, I watched a lot of Vinny's new VODs because I downloaded them and I just watched them on the plane. And there's an extra note at the bottom, and it says, "Cheese cousin, I want a hot dog." So, Moonrat wrote that, so he wanted a hot dog. He wrote that on the plane. So that was my trip. And then, when I got home, I got a thing. I got a little fella. So Vivi came in the mail while I was gone. No! So I had to ask a family member to pick it up for me. Since, thanks, Amazon, for sending it the day that I left. But I was able to get a hold of him. And he's very cute. And I love him, and he's very poseable. He's sitting and looking at me right now next to Nico. And she says, plush. How would you describe flying to someone who's never flown before? Well, basically, most airports are very calm unless you're going to the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta airport. That airport fucking sucks. If you're going to Atlanta, don't go to that one. Just go to, like, Tennessee or Alabama or something. But for the most part, yes, boring. A lot of the time, it's just, there ain't much. It's just, like, sky. Sometimes you can see some, like, pretty clouds, but for the most part, it's, pretty boring. Takeoff is usually kind of bumpy, but otherwise, it's just, like, you're sitting on air. That's what it feels like. You're sitting on air. And, like, the more, if the flight is long, the more you're on it, the more you realize, how the fuck is this thing flying? I've only been to airports to drop and pick up residents or relatives. Yeah, it's pretty boring. You just kind of sit, and you just kind of sit. You don't have internet since you have to be on airplane mode, so you just sit. Hopefully you downloaded music or videos or something to watch, or else you're gonna be really fucking bored. And sometimes staff will, like, bring you drinks, something. And sometimes they won't. And then you just sit some more. Look at the clouds. Just look at white, because there are no clouds. It's just one entire cloud, so you just see white. It's very boring. But, yeah, that's it. That was the trip. Now, let me get... Bye, Mario. Bye, Mario. Bye, Mario. Bye, Mario. Bye.